Cooking Adzuki red bean soup 2 different ways for Lunar Chinese New Year. This colorful holiday is celebrated as the beginning of lunar solar calendar throughout East Asia. Traditional colors, decorations, and foods all represent different special elements to bring good luck on the upcoming year. Red bean mochi soup is a very traditional food to represent longevity, good fortune, and blessed health. This soup can be made a variety of different ways, but always includes chewy, sticky mochi. To make the mochi, combine 1 cup of glutinous rice flour with 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar and a half cup of water. Stir until combined and then knead the dough until it becomes smooth and pliable. You can then form and shape 1-inch balls before flattening them slightly into a disc. Bring a pot of water to a boil and drop your rice discs into the water, making sure that they don't stick to the bottom of the pan by swirling them in the water for 5 to 10 seconds. Wait until the mochi floats to the top and cook an additional minute for additional chewiness. Mochi is now ready to be used in your soup. One additional note, make sure to store your mochi on parchment lined tray or in a bowl with cold water until ready to use to avoid the cakes from sticking together. For the first method of making the Adzuki red bean soup, we are using pre-made sweetened red bean paste, which is definitely the easiest method. Start by adding 2 cups of water and 1 cup of sweetened red bean paste to a pot. Stir on medium heat until smooth and hot before serving and topping with your fresh-made mochi. This method turns out very smooth, sweet, and comforting while being very time effective. One can also adjust the desired thickness of the soup by adding additional red bean paste. The second method of making Adzuki red bean soup uses dried Adzuki beans, and while this recipe takes a little longer than the first, you have more control as to the sweetness and texture of this variation. Start by thoroughly washing 2 cups of dried Adzuki beans until the water runs clear. There will be little husks from the beans that you don't want in your soup, but as you agitate the beans, the husks will float to the top. Add your washed Adzuki beans to an Instant Pot pressure cooker along with 9 cups of water. Add in 1.5 cups of granulated sugar and a half teaspoon salt. Stir until combined and lock your top, making sure the air vent is sealed. Pressure cook on high for 25 minutes and use natural release for 40 minutes before venting thoroughly and removing the lid. One can also use the soaking method and cook on your stovetop, but I find the Instant Pot to be more convenient for me. Once the red beans are done cooking, the soup can be served like this, or you can adjust the texture by blending the soup with an immersion blender for a smoother broth. I blended my beans only for about 30 seconds so that there would still be a creaminess of the broth as well as still containing the full red bean. At this point, one can also adjust the sweetness by adding additional sugar or salt. You can then top the soup with your fresh-made mochi. Sometimes mochi is toasted before topping red bean soup, so for the second method, I'm torching my mochi with and without sugar, which adds another layer of texture and depth of flavor. This method gives a much stronger Adzuki red bean flavor and a milder sweetness level. The texture is also fun with whole red beans and the toasted crispy mochi. Which one of these variations have you tried before? The full recipe and list of ingredients and products I used in this video are listed in the description, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. Enjoy!